So if you're a part of a community organization, you know the feeling of being stretched thin, right? Always trying to do more with less. Well, today, we're going to talk about how AI can become your superpower, really amplifying your impact right where it counts the most, with your clients and your community.
Okay, let's dive right in. Just so you know, all the information we're covering today comes straight from Chapter 5 of the Generative AI for Community Organizations tutorial, which was put together by Virtualization Options LLC. We're going to focus in on their guidance for client and member services specifically.
You know your team is passionate, they're dedicated, but there are only so many hours in the day, right? So the big question is, how do you actually improve the quality and the reach of your services when you feel like you're already at your absolute limit?
And that's exactly where generative AI steps in. Now, think of it not as a replacement for your incredible team, but more like a co-pilot. It's a tool that can help you draft, brainstorm, and build out the systems and materials you need. But before we even get into the how, we have got to start with the most important how not to. And let's be absolutely crystal clear on this, because this is, without a doubt, the most important part of our entire conversation. Before you type a single word into an AI tool for any client-facing work, you have to understand this one single unbreakable rule. You never ever input actual client information. I mean, not names, not specific situations, not case details, absolutely nothing that could identify a real person. Your organization is literally built on trust, and protecting client confidentiality, well, it's non-negotiable. This is the bedrock for everything else we're about to discuss. And look, this slide shows you just how simple it is to follow that rule. Over on the left, you've got the unsafe data, real names, real addresses. That's a no-go. But on the right, that's the safe, anonymized way to do it. Instead of a specific person's info, you just use placeholders like Client A or general descriptions like a family in the Northeast neighborhood. This way, you get the help you need from the AI without risking anyone's privacy. It's that easy.
Okay, so with that critical rule locked in, let's get practical. Let's see how this actually translates into useful tools. We're going to start right at the beginning of the client's journey, the intake process. How can we make that very first touch point smoother, clearer, and just more respectful?
AI can be a brilliant assistant for this stuff. You can ask it to help you create a really professional intake form template, making sure you're asking the right questions in a clear, non-judgmental way. It can help you draft eligibility guidelines in plain language that anyone can understand, or even create a super comprehensive guide to all the services your center offers. These are the kinds of professional documents that just make the whole process better for everyone. Of course, no single organization can do it all, right? A huge part of your work is connecting people to other great resources in the community. And this workflow is absolutely key. First, you assess what they need. Then you identify the right resources. And finally, you provide a warm handoff, making sure they have absolutely everything they need to successfully connect with that other service.
And this slide, this is a fantastic example of how AI can support that whole referral process. You can ask it to generate a template for Community Resource Directory, just like the one you see here. Having a clear, consistent format like this makes it so much easier to keep your referral network up to date, which means you're always connecting clients to the best possible support out there.
Okay, so let's move beyond that first intake process. How can AI help you make your services more accessible to everyone and actually empower your clients to advocate for themselves? Honestly, this is a total game changer for so many organizations. If you serve a diverse community, you know just how critical multilingual communication is. Now, you still need professional human translators for super important legal or medical documents, for sure. But for routine stuff, announcements, flyers, social media posts, AI is fantastic for that. And it can break down language barriers in an instant. Here's a perfect example. On the left, a simple announcement in English about the food pantry being closed for a holiday. And on the right, a clear, totally accessible Spanish translation that the AI generated. This simple act makes your services feel more welcoming and ensures that crucial information gets to every single person who needs it. This is where we shift from just providing services to actively empowering people. AI can help you brainstorm and develop workshop outlines on things like financial literacy or job readiness. It can generate these really clear one-page handouts that explain tenant rights or show someone how to access benefits. It's all about creating tools that give your clients knowledge and skills they can use. So, as we start to wrap up here, it's so important to bring our focus back to the #1 element in all community work, the human connection. It is absolutely vital to keep this technology in its proper place. Remember, it's the co-pilot, not the pilot.
This quote from the source material just says it all, doesn't it? AI is an incredibly powerful tool, but it doesn't have empathy. It doesn't understand cultural nuance or a person's unique history and circumstances. That right there, that is the irreplaceable value that you and your team bring to the table. This technology is here to support that work, never ever to replace it.
And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway. The whole goal of using AI isn't just to be more efficient for the sake of efficiency. No, the real goal is to use that efficiency to free up your most valuable resource, your time, so you can spend more of it providing that compassionate person-to-person support that truly changes lives.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Knowing that you can use these tools safely by always protecting client privacy, what's the very first process at your organization? Is it intake, resource guides, maybe multilingual outreach? What's the first thing you're going to improve?